Hi, it's Colin. Your questions are interesting in terms of taking some of the components from the Expo and adding them to to the Fortis template. And really, I could have answered it with just a few lines of text, but I just want to give the common courtesy of explaining why some ideas will work and some won't. But let's start with the simple stuff that will work, and that is the social icons. What you'd want to do is from your Expo template, go into your shared folder, go into the social icons font awesome. Just open that right up, copy this div class and everything in between, copy that into your social icons LBI page within your Fortis template. That's step number one. Then you also need to go into the site styles page right here, and you need to go find the styles for those particular icons. Where do we have them here? Thumbnail. Nope, sorry, it's in the components.css. Okay, so now we're getting down to about this section right here where we have the social icons. You probably just need to copy this entire section from your components style sheet into the styles.css of the Fortis, okay? So probably line 102 down to including 155. So these are things I haven't done. So you'd have to see it and check it out yourself. Really, it's sort of the putting together of components from two different templates. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. In this particular one, it's something you'll just have to try out and see. But anyways, as far as the LBI, you can pop it right over. You would want to copy the CSS over as well for your social icons. Now you mentioned replacing the slider in the header. Well, the Fortis template probably already has more sliders than your Expo. Okay, and it already uses, they both use actually the same default amazing slider for the home page. So you've already got more in your Fortis package than what you have in your Expo package, because the Expo Basic just has the amazing slider and that's it. Okay, so, and you said you could probably look at the other one there. Now the header, and that's the one here. This is the apples to oranges thing. And I don't have any plans on trying this myself with the Expo template. In other words, taking the expandable header and applying it backwards to another template, because this is where basically the answer is I have no idea how to do that. The Fortis template is Bootstrap 2.3.2. The Expo template is Bootstrap 3.0. Now, there's not going to be a lot of difference in terms of what you see in the web page or when you're actually making changes. The core changes actually come into the very root, and that's using span tags and column tags. For example, this div class, this would apply and work in Expo, but it would not work in Fortis because we're using 3.0 Bootstrap for Expo. 2.3.2 uses span tags. So you'd have to replace wherever you see column large 4, column medium 4, column small 4, you'd have to replace that with span 4. Okay, so that's step number one. Right? The other thing is you'd actually have to copy out. You'd have to replace, or let me see. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. You could copy the header from the Expo into the Fortis. You'd have to remove the menu bar from the Fortis template, and that would be up at the very top of the page. Right, and then once you'd have to copy this code in here into the top editable region. Right, all this header stuff here you'd have to copy. Right, including all the nav bar. Right, this is really more of a custom job than it is a support ticket. Really, we're getting into something that, like I said, I haven't even tried myself. Don't really plan on trying it because it's so apples to oranges, right? I'd have to rewrite the code specifically for Fortis so it would work. But you'd actually, let me explain at least what work would be involved. You'd have to copy all this into the Fortis. You'd have to remove the menu from the Fortis, and then you'd have to rename your span classes, right? You'd have to rename your columns to spans. That would be a span 8. So wherever you see column large 8, you'd replace that entire line with span of 8. In the library, nope. In the site JavaScript special functions, is that the one here? You'd have to copy in this function here into your special functions. And then in the styles, you'd need to copy from the layouts folder. You'd have to copy in the header1.css and then link that into your page up top here. Okay, you'd have to put that link in there. So that might work, but it's gutting out the old code from the Fortis and taking this header, and you could actually just take this entire class here, right? Right, copy or cut that right out of your and paste it into your Fortis and try that out. As long as you have the header 1 class in the into the site and linked in correctly, and you change the other style names over. But